Every once in a while, you have to ask who. Tonight, Action Figure Wrestling pay-per-view event. Who is on and live? Tonight, two monsters will face each other in the ring to determine who is the true monster. Tonight, 9 action figure wrestling wrestlers from Action Figure Wrestling Blue Alert will enter this ring for an over-the-top rope battle royal. Who will win and who will be sent packing to the other two shows? Also, 9 Action Figure Wrestling wrestlers from Red Alert, Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert, will be stepping foot in this ring to take on in a battle royal. Only one will stay, the others will be going to the other two shows. Then we have Action Figure Wrestling Blackout. We'll also have 9 wrestlers step foot in the ring, and only one will be staying. Tonight we have the Action Figure Wrestling Women's Tag Team Champions, the Riot Squad, defending against the tag team of Becky Lynch and Natalya Neihart. Tonight, the Lucha Champion, Razor Ramon, will defend against Kevin Owens. Tonight, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys, will defend against David Ring and Golden Boy Jamie Gillette. Tonight, the AFW Tag Team Champions, Chris Jericho and Raven, will defend against the Bushwhackers. And tonight, by fans' vote, Sergeant Slaughter will defend his championship title, his world championship title, against Chris Jericho. As you can see, welcome to Action Figure Wrestling. I'm Paul Bearer with Snake Eyes. And representing Red Alert, I'm Vince McMahon with Classic Friday, with Superstar Billy Graham. I am Brother Love, and with me is Classy Freddie Blassie. What wasn't mentioned in that promo is the last few weeks we've had lights going out, people being attacked, and someone saying they're coming. It's the rage of war on Action Figure Wrestling. Yeah, everyone's in high alert. All 3 of our managers are on high alert. The entire roster's on high alert. That's why for the first time tonight, we actually got a gorilla position where all 3 of our general managers, you see there, Gabriel Rodriguez, the Ultimate Warrior, and Nick Fury. This is Nick Fury's third day on the job. He just started working general manager for Blackout. Well, as the voice over the voiceover that you heard at the beginning of this show said, the name of this pay-per-view is Who, and that we got a promising pay-per-view. On tonight, you can feel the electricity in the crowd here. Let's take it to our ring announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is scheduled for one fall. Your referee is Matt Cena. And this is the Battle of the Monsters representing the Blackout brand. Introducing first, Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman's coming in through a different side than what we would normally expect. Normally we would expect him to come from what we call the heel side, which is the side with the where the gray steps are. And his opponent calling himself the Monster of Monsters, the Devastator. Well, we're going to let you and Classy Freddie Blassie handle this one, Brother Love, because this is y'all's. These individuals are from your program, from your brand. Thank you, Paul Bearer. And yes, and here he comes. The Devastator. And he's coming from the heel side. So apparently, he's the heel. And look at this. Braun Strowman's getting up in his face, or at least as close to up in his face as he can get. Look at him. He just towers over Braun. Ding, ding, one. And Braun is like, he can't believe it. Braun Strowman takes him down. 1, 2. The Devastator. What's he doing? He ain't going to do what I think he's going to do. He's got Braun up. He's using his feet to pick Braun up. I've never seen a maneuver like that. Now what's he doing? He's got Braun up. A belly to back suplex. The Devastator. He's rolling Braun over. He's rolling Braun over. He's on top of Braun. 1, 2, 3. Here's your winner, the Devastator. Wow, can you believe that? Braun Strowman just got beat by the Devastator. The Devastator, in his first in-ring match, is now undefeated. Well, this was his first match, but he joins Nate the Great as being one of the 2 undefeated men on this roster. Well, like you said, this is only his first match, though. And I've never seen Braun Strowman manhandle like that before. If you're Braun Strowman, what do you do? Do you go back and look at the tape so you can get a rematch with this guy, or do you just say forget it and become and not worry about being the true monster of action figure wrestling? I, for one, don't know what I would do if I was Braun right now. I do know that the Devastator, it's a good thing he's not in that Battle Royal. Speaking of Battle Royals, we have up front, we have in our first Battle Royal tonight, the first Battle Royal for tonight is going to be the Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire Battle Royal. The best number to enter by, if you're going to enter into a Battle Royal, would be, in my opinion, since this is a 9-man Battle Royal, in my opinion would be enter in at number 9, because that way you have an advantage. You definitely do not want to enter in at number 1. We're about to find out who number 1 is. And I guess we're going to put it back over at Paul Bearer and Snake Eyes. Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first Action Figure Wrestling Over the Top Rope Battle Royal. Both referees are in this match as only to make sure people have been eliminated. Introducing first the person who drew number 1 for Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire Battle Royal. Representing the 4 Horsemen, Larry, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Oh, Zbyszko. And drawing number 2, Meatman Chris. Oh, Action Figure Wrestling Original. Meatman Chris. Chris is going after Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko. He's working on Meatman Chris. Remember, this is a Battle Royal, folks. Wait a minute. As the fans are starting to count down the clock for the next entrance in this matchup. It's Seth Rollins. It's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is coming in and he hits the living legend Larry Zbyszko, and now he's going after Meatman Chris, trying to flip Meatman Chris up, trying to put Meatman Chris up and over the top rope. Look at that, he's working on Meatman Chris, and here comes the living legend Larry Zbyszko, flipping. Seth Rollins is out. Seth Rollins is out, and Seth Rollins will be off the blue brand. Unbelievable. Now living legend Larry Zbyszko going after the Meatman Chris. And now, what's Meatman Chris doing? He's going after living legend Larry Zbyszko. And it's, look at that. He's got the living legend Larry Zbyszko in some sort of scissors hold with his feet. And now we go see who's next. Who's going to be the next one in? The participant who drew number 4, Prince Adam. Prince Adam. Larry Zbyszko went into the ropes, hit the top turnbuckle, and flipped back down. Prince Adam hit Meatman Chris pretty hard, and he's coming after Meatman Chris. Well, if you remember, Meatman Chris and Prince Adam, even though they're technically what we would call in the business faces, there was an issue involving these two. Now Prince Adam going after Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko's got him up and flips him all over, but he didn't go out. And now Larry Zbyszko is resting in one corner. Wow. Well, Prince Adam and Meatman Chris are just laying there. They don't know where they're at right now. Up next is the Wildcat Chris Harris. Wildcat Chris Harris is next in line. Drew the next one. And here comes Wildcat Chris Harris up the babyface steps. And he's going after living legend Larry Zbyszko. Wildcat Chris Harris, he has Prince Adam. He tried to toss Prince Adam up in the air. Now he's going after Meatman Chris. He's got Meatman Chris up, and he tosses, and Chris goes over. Chris has been eliminated. So Meatman Chris is now out. Wildcat Chris Harris is catching his breath over here in the corner. Zbyszko and Adam lay on the mat. Up next is John Cena. John Cena's coming up the hill steps, and he takes Meatman Chris down. Wildcat Chris Harris down with a bulldog. He just tried to slam Prince Adam. Zbyszko has caught his second win. He's got John Cena. And now he's going for Prince Adam. And now Wildcat Chris Harris. Now Adam. Adam tries. Adam now has John Cena. And now Adam has Wildcat Chris Harris. And didn't work. Wildcat Chris Harris has Prince Adam up. And now Wildcat Chris Harris has John Cena. And John Cena goes over. John Cena is now off the blue brand. Wildcat Chris Harris. He threw. He tried to get Larry Zbyszko over the top rope, but he couldn't. Let's see who's next, folks. Let's see who's making their next debut. I'm beginning to like these in the ring shots here. And look at the baby face entrance. We see who's coming. It's Tatanka. Tatanka is here and trying to keep himself in the blue brand. And he goes after Chris Harris and failed. He failed to get Chris Harris. Now Chris Harris has Tatanka in the same maneuver he had Cena in, and over goes Tatanka. And now Prince Adam almost got rid of one of them. And now the living legend Larry Zbyszko, he just put Prince Adam over, so that means Adam's going. And he tried to put, well, okay, Chris Harris over, but he couldn't. So we know that Meatman Chris, Seth Rollins, Prince Adam, Tatanka, and John Cena will not be on the blue brand after tonight. Who's next? Who's coming in next? It's the Mexican lightweight, cruiserweight champion, Rey Mysterio. The lightweight championship, the cruiserweight championship cannot be defended here in Action Figure Wrestling because it's not one of our titles. There goes Chris Harris. He tried to put the living legend Larry Zbyszko over. We only got one more person left. And Larry Zbyszko put Rey Mysterio over the rope. Who will be our last? Who's going to be the last person coming down into this ring? I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't know if anyone knows. But we do know one thing. That never who it is. Who is the last person? Never who it is, they have a chance. They have a better chance of winning this than Larry Zbyszko because they were not in it at the beginning like Larry. And it's the Berserker. The Berserker makes his return. Larry Zbyszko has the Berserker up. And wait a minute. What's Larry Zbyszko doing? What's Larry Zbyszko doing? He's got the Berserker up. He puts the Berserker up. Your winner. And still on Action Figure Wrestling Blue Alert, Larry Zbyszko. Wow, can you believe that, folks? Now, the 8 individuals that lost. And somehow we ended up with 9 losing here, which is okay. We had one too many. The manager, Ultimate Warrior for Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert, right now is in the ring, and he will pick which one of those individuals we saw eliminated here. He will pick one for the red brand. So, we're going to see who he picks for the red brand. He might pick more than one. The red brand will take Prince Adam. Oh, Prince Adam will be going to Red Alert. The red brand will take, for its second choice, Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins will go to Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert. For our third choice, Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert, we'll pick John Cena. So they pick John Cena. They have one more pick, don't they? Yeah. And now who's left, we'll be going over to Blackout. Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert will take Meatman Chris. So Meatman Chris goes to Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert, which means the remaining 4 individuals, the Texas Tornado, Wildcat Chris Harris, Rey Mysterio, and Texas Tornado will be going to Action Figure Wrestling Blackout. So that's the thing, Blackout didn't have to pick. They get who the other brand doesn't pick. about you guys, but this is exhausting for me. Now, it is time for Action Figure Wrestling Red Alert Battle Royal. And this time, Vince McMahon and Superstar Billy Graham will be commentating. Thank you, Paul Bearer. I tell you what, Paul, that was an exciting thing to watch. Who would have believed that Larry Zbyszko would have lasted from number 1 on, but he did. Who's going to be number 1 in Red Alerts? Coming down the aisle and coming up the face steps, it's R-Truth. R-Truth. R-Truth, he's very popular amongst the fans. And if you don't believe it, just listen to him. They love this guy. The number 2 entrance in this match will be Kevin Owens. But don't he have a match later tonight? Yes, he does. He does have a match later tonight. He has a match with Razor Ramon for the Lucha title. But he's here right now, and he's going to try to put R-Truth over. And R-Truth just tossed him. And now Kevin Owens is working over R-Truth. Well, who's going to be next? Poindexter, the Fly. Poindexter, the Fly, tried to put Kevin Owens over, and then he tried to put R-Truth over. Kevin Owens went in between the bottom and 3rd rope. Poindexter, the Fly, he's trying his best, and he's already got eliminated by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens went out, but he did not go out over the top rope. He went out over in between the top and the 2nd rope, and he's working over R-Truth over here in the corner. As we're about to find out who's the next entrance. Your next entrance is Fat Boy Justin. Fat Boy Justin Austin. Wait a minute. He's coming through the heel tunnel. He came through the heel entrance. Now, how are you going to put a guy this fat over the top rope? He just failed to get R-Truth over. He failed to get Kevin Owens over. This guy, he's just a fat hog. Look at him. Kevin Owens, a punch to the nads. And now R-Truth has Kevin Owens. And look at this, R-Truth just put Justin over the top rope. Justin Austin has been eliminated. Up next is the Crown Prince of Crime, the Joker. The Joker. He just tried to put Kevin Owens over. R-Truth and a swing bladed back in after him. And now Kevin Owens just put the Joker over. So the Joker's out. We already have 3 people outed. R-Truth come up and put Kevin Owens over. And R-Truth's in the ring by himself, catching a much needed break over, and he's going to catch a break over. He's catching a break over in the face entrance side. The next opponent Ravishing Rick Rude. And here comes Rick Rude up from the hillside entrance. And R-Truth got hit by Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude still has his robe on. And R-Truth throws him into the turnbuckle. And now R-Truth is going to work on him over here in the heels corner. In the corner of the heel side entrance. Who's next? Coming from the face side entrance, Action Figure Wrestling Original and former world champion John the Trininator Trent. Trent's going right after Ravishing Rick Rude. He put Rick Rude over because he and Rick Rude, they've been in a feud as of late. It hasn't been shown on Action Figure Wrestling TV, but he has been in a feud, and R-Truth just put him over. He may be hurt. He did hit those steel steps. This is an unbelievable matchup. Up next is CM Punk. R-Truth has Punk up. And put Punk over. R-Truth, he is trying his best to stay alive and to stay on the red brand. And your final entrance, the Darewolf, PJ Black. Did you see that? PJ Black, he just jumped in and went right after R-Truth. But R-Truth's got him. R-Truth's got him and puts him over. Your winner, and still on the red brand, R-Truth. So R-Truth will be on red alert. And here comes Gabriel Rodriguez, the manager of Action Figure Wrestling Blue Alert. Blue Alert's first pick is CM Punk. Blue Alert's second pick, the Darewolf PJ Black. Action Figure Wrestling's third pick, Ravishing Rick Rude. And our final pick, John Trent, the Trininator. So those 4 individuals will now be on Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire starting tomorrow. That's quite a get. Well, yeah, that is quite a get for Blue Empire. Which means Blackout will get Fat Boy, Justin Austin, Poindexter the Fly, the Joker, and Kevin Owens. And now, it is time for Action Figure Wrestling Blackout Battle Royal, and we'll go ahead and hand things over to Classy Freddy Lassie and Brother Love. We thank you. Let's see who enters first. The first entrance in Action Figure Wrestling Blackout's Battle Royal, Crush. And now, entering number 2. The Repo Man. The Repo Man comes straight out after Crush. Crush has the... If you look at this, Crush has the Repo Man, and he threw him but didn't get him over the top rope. Up next is the Undertaker. Here comes the Undertaker. And the Undertaker has the Repo Man up. And the Repo Man's over. Crush flipped the dead man over in between the bottom 2 ropes. Next is Sam the Man. Action Figure Wrestling Original, Sam the Man. And Sam the Man has the Undertaker up. And remember, whoever who ends up with the Undertaker will get to do the monthly Battle Royal over the top, the monthly Battle Royal Championship. Wait a minute. Crush just dumped Sam the Man out. So 4 in and 3 out with with 5 left to go. Up next, William Regal. Lord Stephen Regal. Lord Stephen Regal, the first one to come up to the hills, the hillside of the thing, of the ring. And look at this, Crush has him up and puts him over. Crush puts Stephen Regal over the top rope. And look at Crush. He's like, who's next for me? Next is EC3. And here we go. Here comes EC3, the second person to come to the hillside of the ring ropes. Of the ring. Crush has him up and Crush put him over. Crush is like, next. Well, you know, William, Lord Stephen Regal is William Regal's alter ego. William Regal has been doing this dual thing here lately, which I find kind of odd. Next, coming up the face side of the ring, the monster, Abyss. Abyss kicked Crush out, but Crush went in between the first and bottom rope, and Abyss is like, he's not paying attention here. He's standing right there. He's leaning up against the ropes like, who's next? Who's going to come out of that locker room next? He doesn't see Crush coming in because Crush went out in between the second and top rope. And Abyss is gone. And Crush has put Abyss over the top rope. Who's next? The next opponent is William Regal. Wait a minute. Both of William Regal's alter egos ended up being in this matchup. Holy crap. One of his egos could end up on one show and the other one could end up on the other. That would probably do us some good there. And there goes William Regal. Crush is just, pardon the pun, crushing it. Up next is Edge, the Rated R Superstar, coming up the heel side. He's got to try to get Crush over. And no, Crush put him over. Your winner and staying on Blackout, Crush. Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire General Manager Gabriel Rodriguez is in the ring. And the 4 people we pick is Undertaker, Abyss, Edge, and William Regal. Look at that. So William Regal, The Undertaker, Abyss, and Edge are going to be on Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire, which means Sam the Man, William Regal's alter ego, Steven Regal, the Repo Man, and EC3 are going to Red Alert. Well, folks, it's almost been an hour into this show, and we've already had an exciting monster versus monster match. We've had three exciting over-the-top rope battle royals. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to see what happens next. Well, next is the women's tag team title matchup. Yeah, that's right. Fans voted for what they wanted to see, and they voted for the unlikely tag team of Natalya Neidhart and Becky Lynch versus the Riot Squad. The thing about the Riot Squad kind of won their titles in an unhanded manner. What do you mean in an unhanded manner? Well, think about it. Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad turned on her tag team partner, Ronda Rousey, and then laid down for Ruby Riott and Mandy Rose. Your referee for this match will be John Hardy, and this is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Coming down the aisle, up the hill ramp, the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, and Mandy Rose. Well, we've come a long way since the days of Scarlett and Lady J. Yeah, I remember though, back in those days we only had one women's title. Because we had far less women than we do now. But the Riot Squad have been a dominating tag team. Yes, they have been. And their opponents representing the Blue Empire brand and coming up the face side of the aisle, the team of Becky Lynch and Natalya Neidhart. So Natalya Neidhart has an advantage here. Her dad and her uncle her dad along with two of her uncles were successful tag team well, three of her uncles were successful tag teams. Her Uncle Owen and her uncle, the British Bulldog, were WWE Tag Team Champions back in the day when it was WWF. Her Uncle Brett and her dad were were World Tag Team Champions. So you know Natalya, she knows what she's doing and she has an advantage. As you can see the back of Natalya. Ding ding. Becky Lynch and Mandy Rose are starting this match off in a wonderful matchup. Mandy Rose is working over Becky Lynch. Mandy Rose just stomped on Becky Lynch. And she's over in the face of Natalya. There's the tag made to Natalya. I don't think Mandy Rose realizes it. And now she does. Natalya going for a tombstone, but failed to cover. And Mandy Rose goes over and tags Ruby Riott. Ruby missed with the headbutt. Natalya with the 1 count. One, two. And Natalya comes over. She tags Becky Lynch. And the tag was made to Natalya. A crossbody by Natalya. 1, 2, 3, your winners and still women's tag team champions. The Riott Squad, Ruby Riott and Mandy Rose. So Ruby Riott and Mandy Rose, they walk out with the women's tag team titles. If you ask me, that wasn't a good thing. Earlier today, I had a chance to talk to Kevin Owens. You did, Vince? Yeah, I did. And this is what was said earlier today. We're going to play the audio for you. Kevin, tonight you have a chance of becoming Lucha Champion and beating Razor Ramon for the Lucha title. What is your game plan going in? Well, Vince, my game plan is this. Razor Ramon is the bad guy. At least that's what he calls himself, the bad guy. You don't know what bad is, Razor, because you haven't faced me. But tonight, you're going to find out what it takes to be a real bad guy. the next match is for the Lucha Championship. Your referee for this evening, for this match, is Matt Cena. As we scan the crowd here, look at that. Look who it is. It's our former Action Figure Wrestling Blackout General Manager Orko with his son. And look, it's the Snake King who just retired. And it's Whiplash who was just retired. Here comes Razor Ramon up the hill entrance. He calls himself the bad guy. And his opponent, voted by the fans, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens. He's trying to get this started off quick by going after Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon with a 1 on to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens with a 2 count. 1, 2. And Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon has Kevin Owens up into a Razor's Edge. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still Lucha Champion, Razor Ramon. Up next is for the Action Figure Wrestling United States Tag Team titles. Now, I earlier today had a chance to talk to the challengers, David Ring and Jamie Gillette. You did, Paul Bear? Oh yeah, and this is what they had to say. David, you and Jamie here got a chance to win the United States Tag Team titles against the Dudley Boys. Listen up, Dudley Boys. The way y'all been winning your championship matches lately has been disgraceful. And it's going to end tonight. That's why the Golden Boy here and I are coming for you. You got anything to say, Jamie? Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. And smoke them if you got them. Yeah. All right. Jamie Gillette's always a weird one, isn't he? Yes, he is. Now let's go to our ring announcer. This next match is for the Action Figure Wrestling United States Tag Team titles. Your referee for this match is John Hardy. And you're introducing first, coming up the hillside of the ring, Devon and Bubba Ray, the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys, United States champions. One of the most decorated tag teams of all times. And their opponents Representing Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire. Two of Action Figure Wrestling original, or two of the first ones to graduate from Action Figure Wrestling training. David, the Ringmaster Ring, and Jamie, the Golden Boy Gillette. Ding ding. And look at that, David. He just hit Bully Ray full impact and nothing. And Bully, he drop kicked David. He drop kicked Ring. One. And Bully goes over there and tags Devon after getting a 1 count on himself, put on him by the Ringmaster David Ring. And David Ring falls into a tag. And here comes Golden Boy Gillette with a 1-2. And Devon, 1, 2, 3, your winners. And still television tag team champions, the Dudley Boys. That's probably the first clean finish the Dudley Boys have had in quite some time. Now, I'm still concerned about this whole thing about who could be coming. Because, you know, they've been saying that they were coming. And we haven't seen no signs of anyone. Yeah, there was a promise of an invasion. But we still got 2 more matches here. That we do. So we still don't know what could be happening. Let's go check up in their gorilla position with their managers. They seem to be enjoying the show so far. They seem to be proud that the Dudley Boys didn't win by shenanigans. Well, earlier today, Vince McMahon, got a chance to talk to the Bushwhackers about their Action Figure Wrestling Tag Team title shots against Chris Jericho and Raven. Butch, Luke, what do y'all think? Wow! We're gonna win! And we're gonna lick heads. That sounds like them. Yeah, it does. Anyway, your referee for this match is Matt Cena. And coming up, the Hills Ranch entrance, Chris Jericho. Now he's got a match next. He's in the next match for the world title too. Yes, he is. And Raven. And Raven jumps in to the ring. And their opponents from New Zealand, the Bushwhackers, Butch and Luke, the Bushwhackers. Butch and Luke. Chris Jericho with a 1 count. 1, 2. And Jericho automatically tagged his partner, Raven. But Luke is in there all by himself. Wait a minute, look what Raven's doing. Raven's going over. He punches Butch off the turnbuckle. Butch could be hurt. And now he's going after Luke, and he got him. 1, 2, 3. Your winners, and still Action Figure Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Raven and Chris Jericho. That was just dirty. That was just dirty. Well, at least it wasn't like it was before. Well, I, Brother Love, had a chance to talk to the challenger for the world title tonight, Chris Jericho, since he's on the black brand. On Blackout roster. Chris, there's been a lot of funny things going on here lately. Not with just your matches, yours and Raven's matches, but the matches of the Dudley Boys and Chris Benoit and Mankind, of somebody interfering. Lights have been going out, your opponent's been attacked. And then on top of that, we've been having the black lights go out and this ominous voice saying that that some sort of war is coming. What do you know about this? I don't know anything about this. I don't know who's attacking people in the back, who's going after everyone, or who's trying to end, or who's trying to help out certain people. All I know is I get blamed, Benoit gets blamed, the Dudley Boys get blamed, Raven gets blamed, and we're not to blame. Even Mankind gets blamed. We're not to blame for what's going on. Well, you got a tough challenge tonight, going up against the world champion, Sergeant Slaughter. Yes, I do have a tough challenge tonight with Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter is a 2-time world champion. But only 4-time world champion. So let's see whose name gets put in the book tonight at the end of this match. Your referee for this match is Matt Cena. And introducing first the challenger, coming up the heel steps, Y2J, Chris Jericho. You all make my list. And his opponent coming up the aisle, Sergeant Slaughter. And that's what it's all about, folks. It's all about that world title belt. Never thought I would hear Slaughter be cheered over Jericho. But that's what's happening. Slaughter going after Jericho. Didn't quite get him. And what a match this has proven to be. One man gets the upper hand than the other, but neither one of them has gone for a pinfall or a submission. Referee Matt Hardy, he's getting in there to make sure things aren't going. Oh my, all three men are out. All three men are out. All three men are laid out here. An accidental collision. Wait a minute. Who's that? Who's that? Wait a minute. That's Shane Douglas. That's Shane Douglas. What is he doing here? Oh my. Shane Douglas. What is he doing? He's got Sergeant Slaughter up. And he puts Sergeant Slaughter onto the blackout table. He's got the referee put him on the red alert table. Here comes the other referee, John Hardy, and he just put John Hardy to the table. And now look what he's doing. He's putting Sergeant Slaughter back in the ring. He's dragging Jericho, and now he's reviving the referee. Throws the referee in there. And he's standing on the outside there. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new world champion, thanks to Shane Douglas, is Chris Jericho. What the heck is going on here? Why is Shane Douglas here? Why has Shane Douglas done what he did to Sergeant Slaughter? Oh my goodness. That's horrible. What Shane Douglas just did is horrible. It's just horrible. Now he's in the ring. I told y'all for weeks a war is coming. You wanted a war. You got a war. I want the general managers to pay attention. And I want the big boss, the man that really calls the shots around here, the Gooch, to come down here right now. And here comes Gooch. Here comes the Gooch. The Gooch. He's the man that calls the shots around here. Although he tries to let the general managers to do it, even though he's technically the boss. What do you want, Douglas? Tomorrow night on Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire, I'm bringing a friend. And you know what? You wanted a war. You're going to get a war. And you will see what a real war is. And now Shane Douglas has Gooch up. And oh my, threw him onto the Red Alert broadcast table. And Shane Douglas is here taunting everyone. This is disgusting. We'll see you tomorrow night on Action Figure Wrestling Blue Empire Monday.